Well, it's clearly the major factor in the game, other than the fact that those two guys are great players and they had huge nights. So we got to look at all that stuff. It's stuff that we can fix, obviously. There were some that were particularly untimely. We got to eliminate them. We're on the road. We're in it's a flat-out playoff environment. You know, this is the kind of challenge that we need, that we want, and we've got to respond better.
I mean, obviously they had big nights and they're just great players, but I mean, to what extent? I mean, did you see issues on defense, or was it a lot of cases those just making a lot of shots?
Yeah, look, they had over 30 each quarter, so we're going to have to take a hard look at it, and there are obviously a lot of things we can do better, and we'll have to adjust. I mean, some of it's just we're just gonna have to sit down and play with more force and play better, and then we'll see what other adjustments make sense.
We obviously talked about Maxey in pregame, and you've talked about him, I think, every time that you guys have played him. I mean, just where do you see him just continue to take it up a notch?
Well, he's just, you know, each year he's like Tyrese. He gets better each year. He's added range to his game. He's got the step back shot is now a big part of his arsenal. He hit 3 or 4 of those. I mean, those are just tremendous one-on-one plays. And so, you know, we got to do some things to get him out of such an easy rhythm, you know, to start the game. You know, the first 3 or 4 plays they scored on the pick and roll, and you know, that we just didn't play it well enough. So we got to do a lot of things better, clearly.
Obviously, you know this going in, that you guys have the kind of firepower that you can come back from deficits and whatnot. But still, to your point, you come in here on a night when he has 50 and Embiid has 35. You guys were down by 19 in the first half, and you come back and you have a lead in the fourth quarter. I mean, what again does it say just about how explosive this offense is and its ability to just?
Yeah, you know, we got a high character group. When we get hit in the mouth, we usually respond well. But it's hard to play from behind in this league. So, you know, we got to work at getting a better start on Tuesday. And look, this is, you know, one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the entire league. We know that. But there are certain things that we can and will do better Tuesday, and you know, we got to look at it and be honest about what those things are and make the adjustments.
In terms of guys, you know, getting hit in the mouth and whatnot, I mean, Miles obviously has to deal with Joel one-on-one. It's a tough assignment, but it seemed like obviously he responded, especially, you know, offensively, getting his shots in the second half, kind of getting his confidence up. Just what do you think about just the way he played overall, the way he just responded to the assignment, the challenge?
I thought as the game went on, Miles played better and better. You know, this game tonight was an opportunity, you know, for us, similar to going to Boston 2 weeks ago. I mean, you're feeling what it's like to play against a championship caliber team, and the way you have to play and the kind of attention to detail you have to have. I mean, you know, some of these second shots were just we missed blockouts, and there was one particular one in the fourth with Harris, and when the game was a 1-possession game, and it was a backbreaker. It was a backbreaker because we were gaining momentum. We had the lead. I think we lost it. We may have been down 3 at the time or something like that. Got to eliminate those things.
You obviously brought T.J. in for this one. I mean, how much of a spark do you think he gave you, especially just in terms of bringing some more force to the game, and how you obviously had kind of a 3-guard lineup when you had him and Andrew and Bruce together.
Just searching for, you know, anybody that would go in there and play to exhaustion, play fearlessly, you know, and really just compete as hard as they can. And you know, TJ was one of them. He played a lot of years here. He knows what this is all about, and he gave us a lift. But listen, we got you know, this is a tough loss. It's no fun, you know, no fun getting beat like this, having guys have nights like this. We gotta take a look at it, and we got to do better on Tuesday.
I think anytime you're playing against, you know, 2 stars like that, they're probably the hottest team in the NBA right now. it's a tough cover. They both got going early, and we just didn't get enough stops down the stretch. Didn't rebound down the stretch when we needed to. I thought the first half we were playing a little slow and let them control the pace of the game. And going into the second half, we really dominated the pace and made them play up and down, which they don't want to do as much as we do. But we just didn't get enough stops like we needed to down the stretch.
What do you think slowed the pace early? That's something that Rick mentioned and whatnot. What do you feel like kind of slowed you guys down early? Was it just
fouling
with them? Or?
Fouling for sure. Yeah. I think the way that they play, the player Joel is, if he's getting fouled, it allows the game to be slow because they get to set their defense. Right. Batum is picking up full court, and that gets us out of whack in what we're doing and wanting to run and stuff. So, we got to defend without fouling, just rebound enough to get enough stops like we did early in that majority of that third quarter to get to where we want to. So, watch the film, regroup, and be ready to go on Tuesday.
How do you feel like you guys are coming along with this defense? TJ was just talking about just that it is an adjustment, just the slight differences, the changes you guys have made in the offseason.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you're coming along with it? What's better now and what needs to get better?
I mean, at the end of the day, we're doing some things schematically differently, but I think it just comes to will at the end of the day. And I think we've done a good job of being able to dig down and get stops when we needed to win games like we did last game against Milwaukee or Cleveland or any of the games we've won, really. We just couldn't do that down the stretch tonight. I felt like we did a good job making them miss the first one. We just didn't finish possessions the right way. We finished those possessions, get out in transition. It's a different game. So we know the majority of film tomorrow is going to be missed box outs on everybody's part. So we got to do a better job there.
Well, I think one word Rick used the other night after Milwaukee was that you have to be battle tested. And I think obviously you guys fall behind 19 on the road against those guys when Maxi's going crazy and Embiid is being Embiid. And you guys still managed to come back and get a lead. I mean, just what does it say for how far the sort of confidence this group has come and the belief it has in its offense, at least, that you know that you can be down like that and you're going to get back in the ballgame?
Yeah, I mean, any night we know. I mean, 20 points in the NBA is nothing. You know what I mean? I can go quick, and that's been proved. We just did it against Milwaukee. They came back on us and jumped us, and we came back on Philly today. 20 points is nothing, especially the way the NBA plays today. So we knew we weren't out of it. We just had to regroup. We know we got to get stopped so we can get out in transition. Nobody wants to guard us in transition. We're the best offense, best transition team in the NBA. So, we just got to do a good job of getting stopped so we can get out and run and get to what we want to. And that's what it comes down to, just getting enough stops when you need to. You know what I mean? That's an elite team. Those two combined for almost 90 points. They're probably averaging 60 together, it feels like. So you got to figure out what you can do sometimes, to win games. And we were right there, just didn't finish possessions.
What did you like just about the ball movement tonight? It's obviously always good, but it seems like that's really what got you going again, is the passing and being able to find people and get open shots. What do you like about the way the ball moves, especially when you're trying to get back in there?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the way we play, the ball's going to hop. It's going to move around. Guys are going to get the shots they want. That's just the way we play. We just know, like we talked about, just play pacer basketball no matter what score time is. We just got to be us. And I thought we did a good job of that tonight. And we know we got to continue that if we want to win.
I want to ask you about Miles in particular. I mean, he was just talking about how he's doing a better job of not fouling when he's dealing with Joel and having a better sense of how to handle that, because you're going to deal with a guy who's going to get points on the board. Yeah. It seems like he's doing a better job of, if he gets beat early, putting past him, and obviously had some big shots tonight. I mean, just how do you feel like he's improving and how to deal with that assignment when you're dealing with a guy like that? Yeah,
I mean, that's a tough cover for anybody. I mean, he's MVP of the league, one of the best players in our league. So, he's going to do what he does. But Miles, I think, did a great job tonight of understanding we need him on the floor, not fouling. I think early had a couple, but just allowing him to stay on the floor because we need him on the floor if we want to do what we want to do. So I thought he did a good job tonight, a great job for that matter. Just got to keep growing on it.
So last one, you obviously follow everybody in this league. I mean, how have you seen Maxey improve? What's different about him than how have you seen him just take on this responsibility and change as a player?
I mean, Tyrese has always been capable of this. I think he's getting handed the keys now with James gone, allows him to have the ball more offensively. I think he understands when it's time for him to go, and I think that him and Joel have a great relationship. And Joel wants to see Tyrese succeed at a high level and does a good job of setting screens, getting him going when he needs to. I think they have a good relationship, good partnership. They're probably one of the best duos in the NBA right now, So, I think Tyrese has always been able to do this since college, and it's no surprise to him do this. I'm excited for him, happy for him. We're good friends, so I want to see him keep balling, and except for Tuesday. But after that, I want to see him keep doing well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we slowed him down very much, but I think it was more about just bringing energy. I think there was a little bit of a sluggish start, and Rick kind of brought me in and kind of like I said all year, just got to stay ready and continue to do that.
You obviously were down, I think, 19 in the second. You managed to get back to, actually had a lead in the fourth. What do you feel like you guys just did overall to rally back there? What do you feel like sort of changed the switch and possibly win the second half?
I mean, just getting the ball out and going on makes and misses. Obviously, two guys over there had it rolling, and we didn't put our heads down and let it bother us. We got the ball out and played fast like we always do on makes and misses, and they obviously made more plays tonight.
Max is obviously getting a lot more responsibility with Harden gone and everything. I mean, how have you seen, you've had to deal with him before, how have you seen him grow up? What impresses you just about him as a player right now?
Yeah, I mean, he's about as big time as it gets. Good kid, but his skill level is remarkable. The jump he's made year after year and the growth that he's made. I mean, James leaving, and now they give him the ball and give him the freedom to show what he can do, and he's not disappointing. He's a great guard.
Second chance points, obviously, numbers going to stand out. I think it was 30 to 10, and some big ones, especially in the second half. I mean, when you already got to commit so much resources to dealing with Joel and dealing with Maxey, is that a thing that can become a problem, I guess, when you've got to bring bodies to those guys? Yeah,
I mean, it's like when you're dealing with a dynamic guard like Tyrese Maxey and obviously the MVP caliber player in Joel. I mean, the small stuff is what hurts you. You got to limit them to one shot, and the extra shots that they got on rebounding and the 50-50 balls in the first half. That stuff adds up when you're playing against a team like this. So we'll clean that up and be ready for Tuesday.
Obviously, you know this to be a strength of your team already, but just what's it say for this offense that it can match, basically, even when you fall behind early. It's also always capable of bringing you back in a game, even when guys like that are going off like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've always had a dynamic offense, and we're implementing a new defense, and we've done a good job so far. It takes time for it to all settle in, and I know we're 10 games in. We've shown glimpses of being a great defense. It's about putting 4 quarters together.
Since you mentioned, what do you think you're getting better at technically in terms of playing the defense? How far do you feel like you guys have come in, and where are the areas you think you've gotten right, and where you think are the areas that is still an adjustment?
Obviously, limiting threes. It's a big thing. The way this league's trending and shooting threes and making them at a high level, I feel like taking them away. I think we've done a decent job, and just areas to clean up, and it's a 2-on-2 battle, and we've got to talk earlier, and communication is key. It cleans up a lot of stuff, and we will clean that up, but we trust what we're doing, and it's shown it works.